Hi everyone, welcome to our new topic creating designs using congruence. As you are aware, when we take modulus n, we get the residues 0, 1, 2 up to n minus 1. All these residues can be used to create symmetric patterns and cyclic arrangements due to their repetitive property. So congruences can be used to make patterns and lovely designs, whether it is a star or it's a flower, which can be used for quilting or craft, designing wallpapers, prints on fabric, carpets, tiles, digital art, and in computer graphics. There are many softwares which use modular arithmetic to create modular designs. Like MATLAB does modular graphs, Wolfram does geometric patterns, we use processing for geometric art, Rhino 3D is used for geometric 3D designs, Grasshopper is used in architecture for making designs on facade. There are so many of them. So, what are the most popular designs? We would be discussing three of them here. The endpoint star drawn in a circle, the residue designs in a circle, and quilt designs. Let's start with the endpointed star. First of all, we take a circle and mark equally spaced points 0, 1, 2 up to n minus 1. These are nothing but the residues mod n. Next, we will take some step length k such that GCD of k and the modulus n is 1, that is, they are relatively prime. Now we will join the points x to the least residue x plus k modulus n. Let us take n is equal to 5. The residues will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. We will first draw a circle and mark the residues 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the circle. Let us take the step length k to be 3. You can see the GCD of 3 and 5 is 1. Now all the points x will be joined to the least residue x plus k modulus n. What if we take x to be 0? Then 0 will be joined to 0 plus 3 mod of 5, which is nothing but congruent to 3 mod 5. When we take x is equal to 1, 1 will be joined to 1 plus 3, which is 4 modulus 5. And when we take x to be 2, 2 will be joined to 2 plus 3, which is 5. And you know that the least residue will be 0. So 2 will be joined to 0. When x is 3, 3 will be joined to 3 plus 3, which is 6. And that is congruent to 1 mod of 5. So 3 is joined to 1. And when we take x to be 4, 4 will be joined to 4 plus 3 mod of 5, which is congruent to 2 mod of 5. So we are joining 0 to 3, 1 to 4, 2 to 0, 3 to 1, and 4 to 2. So this is how we have joined them. What if we take n to be 12 and y is congruent to x plus 5 modulus of 12? Then you can see we get such a beautiful 12-point star here. Coming to residue designs in a circle. Now, what if we take a circle and we take 1 to n minus 1 equally spaced points on it? Then, for residual designs, we join x to k times x modulus of n. You have to remember k is such that it is greater than equal to 1 and less than n, and such that the GCD of k and n is 1. So let's take an example. What if my modulus is 11 and we take k to be 7? Mark the residues 1 to 10 on the circle. Here, GCD of 7 and 11 you can see is 1. So, how is the mapping done? When x is 1, it goes to 7 into 1 modulus 11. You know it is congruent to 7. When x is 2, 2 will be joined to 7 into 2 modulus 11, which is congruent to 3. You have to again remember, we are taking the least residue mod of 11. When x is 3, 3 is joined to 7 into 3, which is 21, and it is congruent to 10 mod 11. 4 will be joined to 6 in the same way. 5 will be joined to 2, and 6 will be joined to 9. 7 will be joined to 5. 8 will be joined to 1. 9 will be joined to 8, and 10 will be joined to 4. Let's look at the figure now. Here you can see we have taken points on the circle and we have joined them as found above. You can color different areas to get lovely patterns. Remember, for large value of the modulus n, we get flower-like patterns as the number of lines becomes more when we take large value of n. They form an envelope. We see flower-like patterns or cardioid, different types of figures. It is quite similar to the string art. One more thing you have to remember, a regular n star polygon is not obtained where x is joined to k times x modulus n. We get them only by adding a fixed constant k, or you can say a step length. That is when x is joined to x plus k modulus of n, provided the GCD of k and n is 1. Lastly, coming to quilting, we can use addition and multiplication tables of residues modulus n to form beautiful patterns for quilting and geometric art. So what do? First thing we do is form the additive or multiplicative table modulus n of least positive residues 0, 1 to n minus 1. Then we assign a pattern and color in a square or a rectangle or a circle to each residue. If we replace the residues in the table by these patterns, you will get a lovely quilted design. For example, if I take n to be 5, then the least residue mod n additive table will be as follows. So we write 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the left hand side, and on the top write 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you're adding 0 plus 0 will give me 0, 0 plus 1 gives us 1. In the same way, 2 plus 2 gives us 4. So you have found the table here. Remember, we are finding the least residue mod of 5. Here, if we take 4 plus 3, you know it is 7, which will be congruent to 2 mod of 5. So this is a table of least residues. Now if we take 5 patterns and we assign them to the residues according to the desired pattern. Let's take these 5 patterns and assign them the least residue 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. In the table, if you replace each least residue by the pattern it's assigned to, we will get such a lovely table. You can even have different colors for different squares. So the tables can be turned into colorful patterns, designs are symmetrical. As the residue table modulus n forms a Latin square, you must have noticed the numbers in each row and column do not repeat. When we used additive tables, it creates beautiful diagonal stripes, checkerboard-like patterns, mosaics, rosettes, and motifs, etc. Another thing, by flipping the sides of the table, we get another arrangement, or in other words, you are rotating to 90 degrees or 180 degrees the pattern which you have already made. And then you join such two patterns. You get visually appealing designs. Now coming to the multiplicative table. In a multiplicative table, instead of adding the least residues, we multiply them. Remember, in additive table, rows were translated, whereas in multiplicative tables, rows are successively changed according to the least residue modulus n. Multiplicative tables are more useful for complex modular designs. Let's take an example. If we take n is equal to 5, the multiplicative table will be as follows. This is a table of least residues modulus 5. What if we give colors to each residue and replace the numbers in the table by the assigned colors? Here, if we take 0 to be white, 1 to be blue, 2 to be pink, 3 to be yellow, and 4 to be green, this is the quilted pattern we will get. Thank you for watching. You can explore many different patterns yourself. See you with another interesting topic. Until then.